What do you think they'll draft next?
Wyvern or Jakiro, I think.
Team fight. I think they're gonna switch up their play style this game, because in the first game, up until the third pick, we saw the Ange and the Ursa. It means that they have this idea against Mineski. We have to draft good lanes against them. We don't want to lose our lanes against them. Maybe this game LGD is just gonna do what they're accustomed to doing. We're not gonna focus on lanes so much.
Straight up team fight.
Yeah, we're gonna draft just good team fights so we can actually take fights all the time.
You know, they did draft those laning things, but Mineski actually came out ahead in the lanes in the last game too,
Yeah,
which
I mean,
pretty surprising.
I was going to ask you about that because in the draft, it seemed like LGD looked like they wanted a team fight early on in the draft, didn't it?
Yeah, and then they just switched it.
Yeah.
They switched it completely. So maybe focusing more on one kind of thing from them. And we see the Wyvern banned out from Mineski this time, so they're definitely identifying that there could be a switch up from LGD's playstyle this time around.
Yep, a Spirit from Mineski, no surprise.
So Yao is probably gonna be Shaker or slash Sand King again. Opening picks, maybe Jakiro, Lich is available. Not sure if LGD wants to go for that now. Still a pretty good pick here in this scenario. Because it gives you the lane and the team fight. This is the two most important things in this series alone. Yep. You want to win the lane, you want to have good team fight. Because both teams really like to fight.
Yeah, Jams's Spirit is the first one on the board. Congrats to him, by the way, on 9k MMR.
Finally has got it. He's always like complaining.
Do you think they go Jakiro Shaker? Well, definitely Jakiro.
Probably.
I think they do go Jakiro here, yeah.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Paul.
Well, we assumed, you know, they're going to switch back up to their very comfortable team fight.
Yeah. Well, that's what we suggested.
Yeah.
As we headed in here, was that was, you know, I think they got sidelined in that first draft. They wanted to go that way and then got distracted somehow halfway through.
I don't think they got distracted though. I just think that they have a preparation before the game and they decided that against Mineski, we want to have better lanes.
Team specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this game, we are kind of expecting them to just revert back to their usual style. So and they snatch up the Mirana.
Yeah, and we said this was going to be the most competitive hero that they would fight over, and it's turned out to be exactly
so
that.
The replacement we talk about is like Puck / Ember Spirit for Nana.
Yeah.
I think I kind of personally like the Puck for him the most. I think Puck and Mirana, these are the two best heroes for him.
I think Puck, the matchup as well versus the Mirana is incredibly difficult for Mirana because you just have such a base advantage on the Puck, and you have wave clear earlier with your orb,
you
low mana cost.
Him in the lane, right? Puck
you really trash, yeah. It's a very hard matchup for Mirana.
Okay. Yeah, so far we've seen mostly Mirana's been the losing end in the mid matchups mostly. But it's more like in the mid game, Mirana does a lot for your team.
Yeah.
Because you have like a semi-smoke with the Moonlight Shadow, and then you have a long stun. There's a lot of things you can do for your team later.
For sure.
Mineski have been drafting really well this event, don't you think?
That's what we were saying, right? Like the two teams that have been
smart.
The two teams that have been like drafting the smartest and kind of playing the smartest around stuff have made it here.
Yeah. Another team, I just feel like if they wanted the Puck, they would go, no, leave it till second phase. We'll get it second phase, and then it gets banned, and then they go, oh crap, now what do we do? And it kind of these guys. They're just like, no. We either want the Mirana or the Puck, and if they go Mirana, we take Puck. And
it's Nana's most played, right?
Absolutely, those are those two most played. And they're very direct about that. They're not worrying about counters at this point. We'll figure that out as we go through the draft.
Heavy team fight, and we also mentioned slightly in the last time, we were talking about Vision. I felt like in this game again, the last game we saw, Vision played a huge factor in it. The wards on the map placed by both teams were absurd. It was every single fight was placed under Vision, or taken under Vision.
Oh, okay. I can't see the van. I was trying to look at the van.
You're trying to see the third, but I can't see the third van either.
It was Nyx. I think the other hero that's really good against Puck is like Earthshaker. We talk about it a lot. Earthshaker, Jakiro, Mirana, pretty solid combination for LGD. Instant stun. So I kind of expect either Earthshaker or Sand King. I don't think Yao is going to deviate too much. And I don't think he's going to play Kunkka this game because Kunkka's not so good against Puck. So we might see one of those heroes ban out, apart from the Nyx here. LGD removed the Lich previously. I mean, just a straight up hero that helps Mineski win the lanes. We might see some Bloodseekers maybe this game because they have been putting a lot of focus on the hero. So maybe one of the teams might actually play the hero here. Could be good.
LGD doesn't play it much though, right?
Doesn't?
Not too much as far as I remember, even looking at a lot of their past teams. They've played it a couple times, but not a crazy amount.
Not a big Bloodseeker team.
Yeah, but Bloodseeker is, I feel, a hero that gives you the laning phase, and he's also really good in team fight. With the silence and the rupture. Very good against, even like a hero like Mirana, he's very weak against Bloodseeker. They banned out the monkey. It took them so long to actually take their ban. So we actually might see some brood mothers here. Because if you look at the sequence right now, Mineski has the 4th pick. So they could actually run a brood. Because LGD does not play brood mother.
Nope.
This could be a dangerous situation here for LGD if they don't have good heroes against brood.
But like you said, they'll probably grab Sanking, which is okay if you. But it's not. It's support. That's the difference. Yeah.
No, but never mind. F5 plays it. I think if they feel that they need to promote the Sanking to a core position, they probably can.
It's banned. They're looking for brood mother.
I think brood is coming.
Mineski's definitely looking for brood.
Spider incoming, bro. So does LGD read this right now? Can they actually find solution? Can they get ready for this brood pickup that's coming? Because they can't pick the hero. I think they can't. I think they can't pick the hero.
They're going to go back for the Shaker.
The Shaker, as we said.
Shaker.
Shaker Jakiro was the opener we thought they might do, but with the Mirana, still similar.
Because they want to snatch the hero.
Yeah.
They think that Mineski is going to want to pick the Mirana early as well. So, do they pick the brood here, or they pick something like?
If they're going to pick it, they're going to pick it 4 or 5, surely.
Yeah, they can't pick Clockwork anymore because there's Earth Spirit, Silencer. So they go for that position 5. Silencer.
So they're trying to hide it right now.
With Silencer is very good against Earthshaker because you break the combo with the global. He comes in with the Echo. You make sure you're out of the danger zone. You plop your global. You turn around and fight and kill them.
They have 2 jumping heroes as well, as you always mention.
The brood is coming.
The brood is definitely coming from Mineski, yeah.
The question is, do they feel like they can hide it until 5?
No.
They can't. I don't think they
if brood
can.
is so strong last pick, I'm sure the opponent is going to ban it.
I think you have to pick it 4th as Mineski here.
Yeah, if you want it.
Yeah.
And they do want it, don't they?
I think so.
You can tell.
With the ban, I mean, with the Sanking ban, it's like these heroes don't really deal versus the brood either.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, but who knows? They might go for something else still. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
But for LGD, they're looking for...
Still don't have FYs, probably.
They might actually leave FY hero to last, though.
You think they'll take, what, like a Terrorblade here? They don't see the core matchup, though, for
because,
Ame yet.
No, because if they leave the FY hero to last, the Earthshaker can be their offlane and they pick another.
I was going to say, he's played the Shaker, so... One of his,
so they're going to leave his hero to last.
Yeah.
They just pick. This is a very good matchup for the Puck. Against the Puck. Puck doesn't want to... That is the last hero. Puck wants to play against. Like,
so
that's not nice.
So that'll be Ame playing the Mirana, another hero that he doesn't...
Okay, I think what's going to happen
often,
here, if they pick the brood they're going to lane the brood against the Viper, and Puck is going to go somewhere else. They're definitely going to avoid the Puck against Viper matchup.
I think this makes them pick Broodmother even more, right? They see Viper, it's like the best. It's one of the greatest lanes.
Which you have to feel like LGD have to see coming, and therefore have a plan.
They see it coming, but they hope it's not coming.
Here it is.
There it is. Yep.
GG.
Oh god.
2-0. Let's all go home.
How do they salvage this? Okay, they can what? Timber or
Timber or so if they pick Timber, Mirana has to go offlane. I mean, there's Tide, Timber.
Yeah.
There's Axe.
Tide wasn't a particularly good answer.
Legion Commander. I mean, I don't want to say they're pretty much screwed, but
they're pretty much screwed.
They're in a rough place for sure right now.
Oh my god.
So they banned the Pugna themselves.
I mean, they have last pick, so they have time to figure things out here. So on top of the brood, you pick an AM, right? Is that the plan? So if they shut down the brood, the AM is gonna farm. Maybe it's too greedy.
Maybe
they might just
a little bit too much.
Yeah, they might just go for something like a Venge because they've been picking Venge with Brood a lot, and they have Puck. Yeah,
and they have Puck.
Yeah, they're gonna pick Venge because they have Puck and Brood. Yeah.
The swap coil break.
Yeah, they're gonna pick Venge. Very likely. Okay,
they even banned the Timber.
There goes the Timber.
Oh god. And it's Venge. Oh my god.
That's disgusting.
That's
literally disgusting.
How to play. GG. Okay, so apart from Timber, so we mentioned
Tide,
X, LC, Tide, but those are not really good options for their composition. It deals with the lane, but it's not good with their composition.
5 seconds remaining.
What do you do, Yanis?
I can't, dude. I don't know.
So the Brood is actually gonna go mid, right?
I
think the Brood is.
They can't match the Viper with the Puck, can they?
Okay, Underlord's very good against Brood.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a mid Underlord. They need to get the lanes right. So both teams have to smoke out a level and put wards and to see. So whoever has to TP first is going to have a very big disadvantage in the laning phase. And I think because Mineski, they have the Earth Spirit, so they can actually scout better early. So I think Mineski is going to know the lanes and they're going to gain an advantage from there. So,
so Moon is going to go on the puck.
Yep, he's going to go.
And Army's going to go on the Viper, so that's rough.
They're
Lane, but
going to probably match the Brood wherever the Viper goes.
Yeah, that's why the scout.
Yeah, the scout
I think Mineski is just going to straight up get the better lane matchup because they have Earth Spirit to scout.
I like their team fight as well, and it's a Broodmother pick. They've got Venge and Dream Coil, they've got Global Silence.
They do.
And it's a Brood.
It's pretty sick.
It's Mineski, for sure.
Is it?
Let's go.
Okay.
There, we put it for you, Winter.
I guess that's it then. I guess we move on. Thanks, production. You've saved our analysts time and effort that they didn't need to expend because it was fairly obvious what they were going to pick. Mineski all the way. Is Brood about to take them to a championship title? Let's find out as we head back to our commentary team of Toby, One and Malini.
This game does seem to be in the proverbial bag for Mineski, at least as far as the panel goes, Malini. Can you give us a ray of hope for LGD?
They get 90 points? Oh, actually, they don't even get 90 because they have a standard.
Wow.
It's not looking good. Let's just put it that way. They don't have good ways to deal with the Broodmother.
It's harsh truth, bro.
Well, sometimes it's got to be real, man.
Hey, at least they made the grand final, right? That's the way we're doing it? Are we actually hitting the brutality of yesterday of like, well, good luck in the next tournament? But the game should never be won on draft, right? It's just difficult.
That's definitely not true.
It should never be.
Did you see the Drow game yesterday, dude? It's the most lopsided game we had, and that was one of the biggest draft out ones we've seen.
Execution still has to go. Right?
Oh,
still has to
good job,
be right.
Artur. You pressed precision aura. Whoop, that execution was sick. Great stuff.
You know, like just so everyone, like when I was casting with Fox for that game last night.
No, that's what Fox said, I think.
There was something Fierce said to me about 3 years ago. I'm never ever gonna forget it. He's just like, because I made some kind of joke about Arteezy when he went 0-7 in the first 10 minutes on Dro Ranger. And he's like, yeah, you know, Dro Ranger, I really don't care about the hero. Once he hits level 6 and has aura, I just want him to piss off into the jungle. Almost make it like it was in Warcraft 3 Dota with a 33% chance of actually getting a last hit on a creep. Just stay in the jungle and give me your aura. If you die, you've failed me as a hero. But if you stay alive, you've done the job. I don't care. You can sit in Fountain. That's an even safer place to ensure it.
It was 30%.
Yeah. Was it 30%?
I thought you liked the hero,
I thought it was a 1 in
dude.
3.
No, it's 10, 20, 30. I thought you liked Drow. I'm disappointed, Toby. You don't know every little thing about that hero.
Are you sure? I always remember it being 1 in 3.
Well, then how would it scale?
It didn't.
Okay, so heroes just had ultimate that didn't scale.
I remember. Okay, I don't remember that.
30% is not 1 in 3. It's close.
I just remember it being 30 and 1 in 3.
Australian maths right here.
Hey, yeah, you know me. Like in my early days of Dota 2, I remembered everything about Dota. Yeah, I really didn't. I was terrible at the game and didn't know anything. Not much changed, apart from the fact that Mineski, first blood's been spilled. They're looking for a gank up on top lane as well. That's why Jabs is hiding in the trees and Ninja Boogie is pulling the wave back up again, so they can wrap around. As far as the matchup goes, at least LGD got what they wanted. It's Underlord against the Broodmother.
Yeah, this is actually really good for them. That's the only matchup that you really, really need, but now they're gonna do the old swap. And let's see, FY does not have a TP, nor does he have one on Chicken. So now it looks like Brute is going to head bottom versus the Viper, which is awful. Viper loses very few lanes, but Broodmother is one of the heroes that wins pretty handily versus Viper.
It seems to be almost impossible as well for Somnus to affect the lane. Like, he went arrow first. The chance of getting through Ice's Spiderlings is almost impossible. I always love flagging Ice as one of the best scouters of the Broodmother, sending a Spiderling to every single corner of the world. You don't need Observer Wards on the off lane when you have Ice Brood.
Oh, how do you get a TP scroll? The heck? Oh, it's
they go on top.
Okay, that's good. So this is fine. But Ice did just walk bottom. So this means he can just TP back. Have fun.
That's exactly what he does too. Oh, this is just not nice. Fissure block up on top. Mushi trying to cut his weight down. He'll get close towards Ninja Boogie. A quick silence onto Somnus. Mushi thinking about sticking around to get the extra bit of damage, and it may have just been enough. Marana will live. Stick charges will let her survive, while the rest of the fight happens to the east. You've got QQQ on the run back out. A quick leap down. Somnus is moving over, but into the clutching arms of Mushi. Yao can do no more. He has no mana. Even though he's got 3 clarity pots there ready to trigger, that's not going to help him. And the musical chairs continues as FY has now returned to the mid lane against Ice Ice Ice.
Musical's good though. I think if everyone just keeps swapping, it ends up better for LGD because you're kind of shortening the laning phase because heroes are kind of just moving around, which is good. You're not like actually laning if heroes are moving. So
they're doing it again.
That's fine.
Moon comes straight back to the mid.
You just don't want a hero to get completely run over in the lane, which is often what happens. Like, Viper just dies once with like an army of 20 broodlings. That 20 broodlings becomes 30, and then your tower is gone, and then you lose the entire jungle. That is what you want to prevent at all costs. So make sure you have a TP scroll on Viper, like he does right now, in case Brood tries to die of him. Just don't lose your tower, and don't let him control your jungle. Brood mothers get out of hand if they can farm the jungle. If they can't farm the jungle, they're not as scary.
Well, here comes the walking once again. FY and Ame. Feels like a relay race.
Yeah, I guess this is also bad for the Viper because Viper's not able to capitalize on his really big strength, which is winning the lane.
Yeah, but Underlord's at least getting a lot more out of everything. Like it's Ame and Moon who are almost sacking themselves. Ame and Brood who are sacking themselves on the move. But then again, do you really sack a Brood? He can always catch up.
Yeah, but you still have to win the team fight. I'm still liking LGD's team fight a lot, though. They have so much AoE. And disable. And
if they can get the sustain out from Underlord, then sure. Like, it could be wonderful for them.
He's not going to lose his lane. That's the one thing about Underlord. Like, he doesn't really lose that many one-on-one matchups. Even against a tough matchup like Brood.
He has managed to block off Moon in the mid. Moon, he's holding on to the orb. Now he's going to use it. A quick little jaunt away to the tier 1. Just 30 seconds before you'll actually have the shrines up. Ice is kind of itching to use one of those as well.
You got kicked back by jabs.
Oh, nice up on top. Yeah, that kick back into the Mushi stun. One more attack from Mushi will do the job. And Jakiro, insanely tanky support hero, but still, Mineski have enough damage to kill him off.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And jabs will go all the way back up to all the way home to regenerate.
Yeah, they're doing decently. Not amazingly well. Not what you would expect from a blowout Brood 4th pick, but they're getting there. I don't know if they're going to get to the point where they can team fight, though, is the problem.
You're still focusing on Mineski here when you're talking, right? Like,
yeah. Oh no. Well, LGD want a team fight, right? That's how you kind of crush.
But isn't that when you just dodge the team fight?
Yeah, exactly.
You go for the quick picks, global silence, stable control. Same with Dream Cult. So either you back out or you get the quick kill and move out, and then let Ice do the split push.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what your plan is going to be. They have a very good lineup.
LGD's going to force the issue. Fissure, Arrow won't connect up on top. Mushi not stunned for long enough from the Fissure, so he could just walk around the Arrow.
Dire has you scan or spirit just so he can get some wardage down, or perhaps even just wrap around. He used a scan like when he was coming up the cliff, making sure he wasn't going to run into anyone. But the supports were top. We're showing top.
We see a lot of this movement then. Thanks to that Observer Ward on top of the Ancients, if someone's moving back to farm, they'll see that. If any hero tries to gank up into the mid lane, that'll also be instantly noticed. That's harassment on top lane, not much more. It's Jabs who's now going to get some levels on this bottom lane. As Ice is continuously just moving back and forward, he can just go jungle now that he's got 3 points up in the spawn Spiderlings.
Yeah, he's a happy camper. So let's see, what's going well for LG? What build are they going to go for is kind of my question.
Oh, swap top lane, actually grabbing Somnus. ES is waiting for a gank, so this might actually work for them. He was sitting behind. Okay, no, it won't because he ends up TPing down. They have an Observer Ward sitting in the top lane, just looking for a good opportunity to throw a Fissure out. But when Mineski initiate in with the VS swap,
he was still really quick with the leap. Normally you'd combo that with global silence, but not up yet.
yeah, still short. 4 3/4 worth of levels. And Jabs is able to pull the creep wave well underneath the tower. That's a level 2, almost 3 Jakiro, but level 1 liquid fire pushing? Yeah, that's not pushing.
So here we expect Mineski to get a lot of farm with the Brood shifting in between the jungle camps, and eventually we're going to be able to do Ancients, and he's going to have his desert very quickly too. So yeah,
so many spiders.
And LGD can't really put that much tower pressure out at all.
How do you tower hit until you have levels on the Jakiro?
Oh, that's pretty much it, I would say.
So get levels on Jakiro, priority number 1. Somnus, that Observer Ward, able to actually reveal that Ninja Boogie. Mushi in the neighborhood. He does have swap available, so can get Ninja Boogie onto the other side, putting himself into harm's way. But with the silences, Mushi is being enabled. His stun's off cooldown, 2 seconds time, and Yao trying to control him in the meantime. Stun will fly, and FY, well, he'll actually come in. Thanks to the grab, he'll find 1 kill, looking for the second. FY will claim it. And the aggressive Dark Rift switches FY's lane, but this is when Mineski avoid. Well, you had the fight, but you go for the push.
Brood,
well, that's money.
He killed Ame and is looking to get that tower. That was nice positioning by Ninja Boogie. Ninja Boogie has been dodging a lot of deaths as a position fight. He was in the trees and did not get hit by the Starstorm. If he had shown, he would have gotten hit by a double Starstorm. And that would have been a simple 1 for 0.
Jabs, rolling boulder down, needs to actually connect on the kick on QQQ. This will allow Mushi to 1, swap him into a bad position, 2 stun him up, and 3 is kill him. At what cost, however? Ame, with all that damage, thanks to the Viper Strike, it is still not enough. Mushi will survive, Jabs will go down.
Worth. Nice one, Jabs.
It stops the push. Jakiro still level 4, level 2 on that liquid fire. So the tower push still doesn't come because of it. And that's why Jakiro was down there.
Puck's really hard to play in this lineup too. There's a lot of root with the Underlord, and then they have the Ice Path to potentially catch you out too. And there's an Earthshaker too. So you still kind of have to be worried about the Puck later on into the game. And they have good ways to kill the Broodmother army, the Spider army. Earthshaker, one of the best. Underlord, like you have to run away during the Firestorm. Too, with your Broodling. So.
You saw LGD actually combo it before. They used the Firestorm, and then it was a leap into Starfall from Somnus. Got him a lot of money. Actually helped him to catch up to the Puck, but this won't help him. Dream Coil into swap, instantly snapping the Dream Coil. So no way Somnus can reply to that.
And then a silence to follow up.
Yeah.
So this is good, but maybe a little bit late for them, being able to block up 1 Ancient spawn. For them, Ice is not even there anymore.
Still very good for the 2 cores of LGD. Both Underlord as well as Viper looking very nice on the net worth board.
Back-to-back smokes. FY in a lot of trouble. He does have a hood, but don't think it's going to be enough.
Now, all that money he had, it won't save him. He can't even trigger the Hood of Defiance.
Well, he also has no mitigation versus the Brood. A lot of times you'll see Crimson or Vanguard in a Crimson Guard versus a Brood, or else like you can't actually tell on these Spiderlings on top of him, but it looks to be a ton. Those things hurt when you have a Dezo already 10 minutes in.
When you add in the Vengeance Aura, Mushi actually fully leveled that one up, so he went a 1-2-4-1 on this Vengeful Spirit and going into Mask of Mana, so they're hitting really hard. All of Mineski when they're ready to push. With that plus 34%.
A little bit of that countered by Atrophy Aura, but not very much. So this is kind of how you expected the lanes to shape out. I don't think anything's been super unusual about this early game. Brood is very, very scary though. And now this bottom tower is taken down so he can farm pretty much the entire bottom right corner of the map. But LGD, they're pushing. They're doing very well. They're pushing. They haven't gotten run over by the Brood yet. Like he's in the position to run them over, but hey, he hasn't run them over yet. But they're still very slow pushing towers. Poor QQQ in some lower levels.
I feel more sorry for Somnus. Somnus is meant to be like a powerful Mirana. He's getting zoned out by a support silencer who's managed to hit more levels than the Mirana has. So mid tower gets wrapping around the back, killing the expansion base with the Zerglings. That's what we're seeing from a Broodmother at the moment, while LGD, they will take that mid tier 1 tower, Arme with the last hit. But it's trade for trade. And LGD have to commit so much just to take that.
They also have no heroes that can do Ancients, which is gonna hurt their efficiency this mid game a lot. Like their heroes are actually pretty terrible at taking out Ancients, and no one's really gonna go lifesteal on their team too. So you have Mushi and you have Ice who can do Ancients in case this does erupt into a farm war. I say that like it's an eruption, but it's, you know, more just slowly declining into a farm war, which Mineski should win.
Do you ever feel like you're stacking too much when you go both Mask of Madness and having the Insatiable Hunger on the Brood?
Nope.
Nope. It's always good enough. FY?
It's not about the lifesteal, it's about the attack speed. You have tons of damage with Hunger, and when you have a lot of damage, you want attack speed, so they complement each other quite well. And you also don't need to cast any spells.
Oh, they've jumped in. They've gone in on FY underneath the tower. TP support's on the way. He's trying to actually get himself out with the Dark Rift. Global Silence is there. Dark Rift will obviously still complete. As Puck, Moon, orbs himself away. The Dual Breath won't be able to connect. Arme has the Viper Strike, actually beating his attack, while the rest the whole way, yes, he Echo Slammed that. Yao tried to get the stun disabled to cancel the TPs out. Mineski forced all of LGD to come down, while Broodmother took the tier 2 tower at mid. I feel like I'm watching a magician show at the moment. It's smoke and mirrors.
I will say that Yao has not been playing particularly well on the 4 position. I think Victoria's been playing the 4 for quite a long time, so Yao probably not used to these sort of heroes as much as some of the position 5s, but I would say his play has been a little bit lackluster on the Sand and the Earthshaker. But that's okay. They can still win. I mean, eventually they're not going to have any towers to take, and their high ground's like not particularly great. But Broodmother's going to be able to do Roche and pretty much every single camp on the map fairly soon. And LGD just don't have good ways to catch him. Like, they really need a blink on the Shaker if they want to ensure a kill on him. But Yao is farming out alone on bottom, but even that doesn't really feel particularly safe for him.
It really doesn't. And LGD don't know where to move either. Mineski are getting aggressive in towards the mid, rolling Boulder forward as they're going in for the Mirana. Dream Coil kick. The silence didn't connect, but it won't matter. Mirana ends up having the alien kind of style. Million Spiderlings burst from the chest. A quick swap out. Ninja Boogie. More than happy to have this happen to him. That is a very high level silencer. Not intimidated at all by that Jakiro or Underlord, especially when more support is there. Moon, Orb is going to connect over on QQQ. Rift as well, both up at level 4, so heavy damage following into the Spiderlings. FY can at least get some money from the Firestorm, or can he? The Spiderlings go back into the web. They're protected. FY, however, I don't think there's any level of protection you can have against this. Arme will arrive. Jabs back in again. Moon, he got the Rift off with the Starfall. The Spiders are dying quickly, but then the Magnetize. It's just this slow, continuous tick. Broodmother, he has the regeneration, but no, not enough. Finally, the spree is ended by Somnus and Mineski, who are actually giving a couple of kills over, but only a couple. Somnus looking for his third. The stun is there from Mushi. They don't really have a lot of mana to work with or detection. Moonlight Shadow will allow Somnus to escape. So Ice does fall, the #1 hero on the map at the moment, which actually ends up in a slightly even team fight as far as Golden Experience go.
Yeah, they got a lot of Broodlings in the way. Ice had to end up feeding a lot of his Broodlings to tank the tower, but the Underlord is like super tanky, and the Viper, that are very, very difficult to take down. Imagine if they have Crimson on them right now. Oh my god, that would actually been a crush fight for them.
Well, we can come back to the real world as, well, that snap from Dream Coil will end up killing Yao.
No, the Blink Dagger.
Yeah, it's up. And he's still got more money. You also now have Phase Boots over on the Broodmother. That's it, you've one very fast, like 5.50 movement speed, Brood. And that's without phase.
At least they killed Brood. Solar Crest pretty nice.
You're clutching onto something happy here.
I am saying it's not that bad though. Like I actually expected this game to go much worse for LGD, but they're bringing the fight to Mineski. They're not giving hugely unnecessary kills, and they're very close to the Blink Dagger and Shaker. So things are starting to shape up a little bit for them. Mirana has been dying a lot though. Maybe he's been playing very well in this tournament, but this has not been his Mirana game.
It really hasn't. Moon's having another crack at him. Not enough mana for Dream Call. Actually, he had mana. It was on cooldown. But this will help Somnus. He now has a Maelstrom. Any kind of increase to his damage. He came pretty close to getting himself like a proper triple kill in that top lane fight.
Close. He almost got an Earth Spirit.
Hey, there's your Blink Dagger as well on Yao. As long as Yao can keep the control up, Mirana can jump in, you're going to have that bonus damage.
Yeah, now he has to worry about who he wants to kill, though. Does he want to kill the Brood, or does he want to kill... Like, the Brood is really enticing because you get a ton of gold because all the Broodlings around her, but it's also one of the hardest heroes to catch because you're invis and you're very fast. So he has to kind of risk or weigh the risk reward.
That's why they're getting both dust as well as smoke. Yeah. Let the smoke break, jump into the instant initiation, dust up, so there's a follow into a kill.
And Puck's also very difficult to kill too. Earthshaker actually didn't use the smoke, so that's great. But Reiner as a reward, oh, he has Blink, great.
Everything is revealed. Let me send. Oh no, they sentry to check the hillside.
Yeah.
Like if they actually smoke on top of this, I'm gonna be really sad. Like, oh, they smoked on top of it.
I don't know if they saw it, but
QQQ was visible.
He was
Mineski don't care. They're initiating themselves. The Dream Call timing not exactly right, but global silence. There's no way for the Underlord to reply apart from the invis. They didn't see him clearly, but they'll finally get the kill. Ice Path into the silence. The Broodlings. Oh, they're looking to chase down somebody right now as the Earth Spirit in a little bit too deep. Rolling Boulder over, trying to help out. It's a 1-for-2 trade-off. Make that 3 in favor of Mineski.
Poor Yao. He revealed his invis Blink Dagger positioning to fissure an Earth Spirit.
Yeah.
But Mineski were all very spread out. So a lot of that has to do with the Blink Dagger show due to the Observer Ward. Not sure who placed it. But yeah, they were like, even if you were to Blink and Echo, he wouldn't have gotten anyone important.
Yeah.
Or if he would have, it would just been one hero.
And Mineski would just perfectly split for it. But hey, on the bright side, he still has the Blink Echo. But on the downside, Mineski just killed Roshan so quickly. LGD arrived just to see the carcass.
On plus side, he wasn't able to use the spell.
Vengeful Spirit, well, push him away. It's the kick from Jabs buying space for Mushi to survive. LGD have 5 heroes here. They wanted to stop Roshan. They can't get that. They find Mushi, and they can't even get him.
Yeah, really.
This ES has his own Blink Dagger.
He's one of the better benches out there, Mushi. I really like his swap usage, both defensively and offensively.
I also want to give massive props to Jabs, the man who just saved him. He's had a fantastic performance throughout this entire tournament.
That was more flashy, though. I mean, Venge had ages. They could have easily taken that fight.
Yeah.
But, you know, yeah.
Instead, they're grouping up for another moment.
It's demoralizing that LG can't kill anyone. They're probably really frustrated.
Oh, here's your jump forward with the stun. They're going to get the kill on Mushi. Yes, but it's Aegis the Immortal. And let's see if they can get out. There's 2 people caught inside the Dream Call. They want more. Yao, he's so low. They're going to swap him back in. At least he gets his Echo Slam off. Ability is used. R is button mashed. And now it's FY trying to escape Dark Rift in time. Barely in time, he'll get home. But is this really your home? I'm fairly certain Mineski are about to seize your property.
Yeah, their home is going to be covered in webs.
Eviction notice.
Get out of Ice's house.
Oh, this is Halloween, right? Like,
this is as scary as it gets. Last game, or 1 game away from elimination, and then you get brooded. And you don't have good heroes?
Yeah.
Because you're scared of the Monkey King? Yeah.
Hey, at least you didn't get droid.
Well, at least it would have been more swift. And more painful.
Mineski doesn't really have that greatest way of just ripping your team apart. But at the moment, LGD, like you said to yourself, they were looking for the fight. That's why I'm like, I keep having flashbacks that fight on bottom lane that Mineski were just able to bail from. It's like they're saying, you can fight us, LGD. Come at us, and then you just bail out and find a better trade-off on a split push. So how do you even stop this? And now how do you stop it when the BKB is flying out as well? I believe it's Broodmother's BKB.
You smoke gank the Brood like 3 times in a row and get tons and tons of gold. Like if they, I think every time they smoke gank the Brood, they probably get like 2,000 gold as a team. Especially if he echoes the spiders. But I don't think that's gonna happen.
No. And with his BKB, if Ice's timing is right, then he's going to get that BKB off before you can reply.
Oh, that's what Earthshaker's really good at, stopping BKBs.
Oh, the vision from LGD. They don't even see people outside their base. There's 4 heroes grouping up around their tier 3 tower on bottom. And no one's here from LGD. They're all up on top trying to take a tier 1 up there. ES is coming. Echo Slam, however, it's on cooldown. So he can fidget some spiders. That's money right there. Or you can Rift in Hellfire, that'll work too. Only 20-second cooldown. And then TPs, they're moving elsewhere. Somnus, very wise time to get out of here. It's taking forever on the TP, but Mushi just didn't have the vision. That nighttime restriction. If that was daytime, Somnus was toast.
Agreed.
He TP'd in vision of the lane too. Like he's only just down far enough.
Earth Spirit going for Aether Lens. Interesting.
Really? What exactly, like what else would you go apart from Aether Lens? Like, what's the perks of an Aether Lens over something else?
Well, usually people go, what, Yules? I think you can go Pipe this game, too. Pipe's pretty darn good. You're not up against farmed heroes, but, well, one benefit of Aether Lens, you can kick people out from the fountain from a better range. It's pretty nice. They'll get to that point soon.
It's really your competitive analysis of this item pickup is how do I fountain farm just that little bit better? Oh, LGD, they're still in this game and they haven't GG'd out, so they have some kind of plan, or at least some kind of mindset that will allow them to win this game. Or else they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. This is one way to do it. Farm up more spiderlings. Not exactly, I think the micro was right there from Ice to get that many over. He is bearing down on that diffusal blade.
Yeah, he's just ridiculously farmed.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think, like, what is in LGD's mind? Like, is it just we have Blink Echo? If we combine this up with a good Pit of Malice and Viper has some space in the fights, is that enough? Is it all about the team fights again?
Yeah, it's just about getting a good Echo Slam before the BKBs come out. It's still possible. Extremely difficult with the silence though, but still possible. If Ninja Boogies is in a good spot to global during the Echo combination from Earthshaker, then they're going to get the BKBs off, and then LG are going to get crushed in the fight. And I think that's very, very likely to happen.
It also seems rather difficult to initiate. I know this isn't going to be a support Vengeful Spirit swapping somebody out, but if you put Broodmother into the front lines, you initiate on him, and then it's a quick swap in. You can have 4 staffs, you can have other things that you said, like the ES. He's got his kick available. You've got your Scepter on Puck as well, so Puck can jump in, remove somebody else from the fight.
He can still do like the quick, like if you're really good with Earthshaker, you can like Blink Echo and then stun everyone behind so they can't save, so they can't force that, so you can't global silence. But
you need vision for that.
You need vision for that, and you have to be really good with Shaker. And you have to kind of anticipate where everyone is in the fight. It's very difficult to pull off. But
Moonlight Shadow could help you get there, but while Puck's walking around with a gem, you have to hit the exact right line now. It's Mineski. They were prepping a gank up on top and said they're going to have it around the Radiant Shrine. Already Jabs jumps in. They'll commit in to the global silence. Underlord just locked in position. A 2-man coil into the instant stun. It's just bringing Viper out of the fight, allowing them to focus onto FY. They want to take away his sustain and take away. They have done so. They go in for the double kill of Mushi, looking for the third Somnus. It's a point-blank range arrow, not enough on the stun time. 4 heroes down for LGD. You can buy back on the Viper. But the commitment of abilities, Mineski burned every ulti they had, and that was a very one-sided fight.
Maybe they thought they could take a fight around the shrine, but the shrine I think was used like before the real fight actually started. And with the BKB, like if you just preemptively pop your BKB as Mineski, there's really nothing wrong with that here. You can pop it like 3 seconds early before the fight, and you're pretty happy with that because all you need to do is prevent Earthshaker from getting a good echo off it when his BKBs pop. he pretty much just has to sit there for 10 seconds or however long it may be. So now, with FY's buyback down, with a lot of goals,
oh boy,
lead from Mineski.
Spider feed. Spider feed. There for a spider feed can. Tier 3 tower's gone. Mushi caught by the ice path. Remember, they don't have a lot of their ultimates. Echo slam from Yao. Follow up Fidget, catching the silencer arrow as well. It's under Mushi with a Dream Coil. Over on 3. The sustain is going to be there. Jabs will end up falling. Mushi in the trees. He'll go down too. This is the fight that LGD were hoping, wishing, praying for. A couple of kills be worth so much, but the wishing and hoping it's just turned into an absolute nightmare. They just got dumped. Unless Ninja Boogie wants to cash this arrow for them, which he does not oblige. LGD still 22,000 behind.
Ouch. A lot of buybacks coming out. Good echo coming out from Meow. Mushi did pop his BKB in that last fight, and he did not have enough for that one, so they were able to capitalize on that. Jabs tried to save it with that roll and the kick, but not enough. And that was with Brood not really there at the start of the fight.
They can see it again. So it all starts with Mushi being initiated on a Nyao. Holds him there and keeps the silencer out of play.
I mean, you could tell that they're just, they're very, very comfortable with this game. If they really wanted to, they could wait for next Roche, or they could wait for Global Silence so that Mushi has even less chance of dying, or wait for his BKB cooldown. There's so many things that they could have done, but they're just so comfortable. It's like it would take so many fights for them to end up throwing Ice, brooding them in the back.
Should be a very happy man at the moment.
Yeah.
But they still need to close out the game. We've seen teams before get cocky, think they're going to be good, then catch a 5-second arrow, and things go horribly, horribly wrong.
Possible.
Possible. There's a lot of things that have to go wrong in this game. But...
yeah, Aetherland. Let's see it. You can blink further, I guess. And he doesn't have enough money for it yet.
No. He's also, like, sitting on a cliff waiting for someone to walk over.
Yeah, just trying to pop smokes, just in case they're trying to do anything funny.
They're actually scanning closer towards the secret shop, wondering if someone's going to hit it. Mirana, just a little bit off the scan area. Almost finished up the Mandasal. At least then she'll have something to break her free of these mass silencers that Mineski are throwing at her. Even BKB, the next item choice here for Viper, has the Hurricane Pike. So can play the distance game. But that's if you can survive long enough. You're now getting more and more burst damage arriving from Mineski. That's a level 3 Dagon on the puck.
Hey, team start dewarding it, Toby. That spot.
Yay! It's Mineski. It's Mineski. And they threw down 2 wards for it. They get rid of one of the sentries. Roshan's already gone once more. Mushi, the one with both Aegis and Cheese, and the Moonlight Shadow from LGD. They want to find one person out of position, and the Pit of Malice will help with it. Put the Yule Scepter, the jump in as well. It's a double kick, holding him in position. Jabs creates the space, but then the arrow on Moon. He's in trouble, and Mushi trapped inside that Pit of Malice. Maybe it doesn't actually help him. He BKBs out. They're just punching LGD out. And it's almost a TKO. Mineski now coming down the mid. Still with Aegis, still with Cheese. And they will definitely claim at least one lane of racks here. And in fact, they just claimed the tournament. GG is called from Meow. Mineski, insanely solid performance, will win the PGL Open here in Bucharest.
Very well deserved. Super scary having a Broodmother player like that on your team, though. It makes the draft much, much simpler from the captain's position, and they have to feel very comfortable going to future tournaments with that up their sleeve. And let that be a lesson to you, other teams, to, if you're not going to ban the Brood, at least always be prepared for it with at least 2 picks.
It does feel like this whole tournament's like, it's been the 5th pick. It's always been like that 5th pick. We're like, okay, well, how the hell do I deal with this? And Mineski is just